Là on se trouve sous la casquette, donc jusqu'à présent c'était le poste de stand-by quand on était en équipage, et ici ça va être littéralement le poste de veille pour Yann. Il va passer l'essentiel de son temps ici. L'idée évidemment c'est d'être à côté des écoutes pour pouvoir les choquer immédiatement s'il y a une risée. Et donc effectivement on a changé complètement le plan avec les écrans qui sont répétés ici. Donc il peut commander l'ordinateur et tous les postes de nav. Vous avez ici les boutons, l'électronique, les téléphones, etc. Tout pourra se commander de ce poste. L'idée c'est vraiment d'être à l'écoute du bateau. C'est vrai que si on est à l'intérieur on est un peu coupé du monde. Et ne serait-ce que les 5 secondes qu'il faudrait pour venir choquer les écoutes sur le pont, ça pourrait être trop tard. Donc voici pourquoi il va passer tout son temps ici. On a installé une nouvelle bannette, donc il va dormir sous les étoiles, il va être parfait. Bon, alors évidemment aussi le dernier changement, ça va être l'installation de ce petit vélo. Faut savoir que le moindre effort pendant les manœuvres sur ce bateau-là, c'est absolument hallucinant. Le vélo, il permet de faire des efforts tout en gardant un petit peu de lucidité, j'ai envie de dire. Les efforts sont longs, les manœuvres peuvent durer 3/4 d'heure. Donc à la force des bras, ce serait tout simplement impossible. Donc un gros travail a été fait pour installer ce joli vélo, et ça va lui permettre de normalement pouvoir prendre des ris, larguer des ris en 10 minutes, là où avec la seule force des bras, il mettrait probablement le triple. Donc là, on est dans la coque centrale, à l'intérieur du bateau, dans une partie qui était une zone très importante, c'était l'espace de vie des équipiers avec la cuisine. Donc on y passait pas mal de temps évidemment. Et maintenant, la cuisine, on est réduit à son strict minimum pour Yann en solitaire. On n'a plus qu'un réchaud, il n'y a plus de désalinisateurs à bord. L'idée, c'est d'enlever du poids évidemment, pour faire en sorte que le bateau aille encore plus vite. On a notamment enlevé toutes les bannettes à bord. Il y a quasiment, le bateau est vide, je dirais.
15 jours du départ de la route du Rhum, vraiment la dernière ligne droite. Dans une semaine, on partira en convoyage pour Saint Malo pour être là-bas au plus tard le 24. Donc je prévois un départ le 22 de la Trinité-sur-Mer pour une arrivée le 23. Et après il me restera 10 jours là-bas pour me préparer mentalement au départ de cette route du Rhum. Allez, à bientôt!
Doldrums coming up now, so we're keeping the sun on this side of us, so we're the most east boat. We've got Macgregor just down here, a couple of miles just to leeward, and then the rest of them are all lining up right out to like 180 miles down to leeward here. So we're sort of in some ways coming in at it in a line again.
Fun pressure is the Doldrums, which is tricky, but in a way it's fun because you know, you have to use everything: satellite pictures, satellite observed winds, the models, all the different models actually, the observations, and try to make sense of it all. And actually, at the moment, there is an option to go east, which is very rare. So I'm scratching my head and double checking that it's actually the case, because statistically it's a very dangerous strategy to be east.
Heading a bit already.
Oh yeah. I'm looped.
Now what?
There you go.
First rule, never trust the models in the Doldrums. The Doldrums have a mind of their own. But right now, if you did trust them, it's not looking too bad. Better for the guys behind, but not looking too bad. So optimistic of a reasonable crossing, but we'll see. You know, we're in the middle of the fleet. We've got most boats to the east, one to the west, so hopefully it can't go too far wrong.
Okay.
We are approaching the Doldrum. It's not an easy part. Lots of light wind area, lots of clouds, thunderstorm. So I have to find the best way through the Doldrum, but it's really not easy. We are quite east to the fleet, so usually it's not the best position, but well, we will see. It's very difficult to answer today. I'm looking every hour at the system with satellite picture, also grip files, and we will know in 2 days, which will be the next course.
Wash it out, it's easier with the razor. Yeah, you bit of between, kick into. Yeah.
some pre-start in this first race against Lucy. We managed to get the pin end and a penalty on her, so all good, 1 point. Feels good.
Today we were sailing the semi-finals. We were up against Katie Spithill. It was some very, very close racing, but unfortunately we get some penalties. We went up luffing. We thought that she was going to give us a bad wind to the spinnaker, so we were going up luffing, and she was following. And then I wanted to luff a little more, and unfortunately the umpire thought that I should give her a little more space in that situation.
The second race was probably the shiftiest of the day for us. We actually had a really good start and were leading just at the beginning, but then the shifts got the better of us, and Spithill got ahead, and there was, unfortunately, we closed her a bit, but not enough to take the win. The fourth one, I feared for a while that it was all over, but we managed to keep it close the whole way round. They were just ahead for the first 3 legs. And then at the windward mark, we just managed to sneak in and get a penalty on Spithill's team. So we were really pleased. We were then ahead and they had a penalty. We were able to just take it down to the finish and make it even on 2-2. The last race was really tense going into it at 2-2. But luckily we pushed her really hard at the start. She was over, and so we comfortably led round the course, and despite the shifts, won with a good margin. Oh, we're really pleased to win here in Busan today. The girls, my team, fought brilliantly to the end, and I think we improved on every race today, which ultimately meant that we won the final 3-2. So we're really, really stoked.
The goal for this year was to win the Women's Series, like Lucy did last year, and showing that we are the best team competing here.
We had tough condition, the typhoon, we need to cut the quarters, but we just show up that this is a unique event, huge prize money. I need to say again thanks to the sailor, the umpires, the race committee, and WIMRA to support this regatta as much as possible.
Finally reached the end of another WIM series. It's been fantastic. All 5 venues have been just great fun. After such a fantastic year this year, we are really looking forward to 2015. It's going to be great to see all the sailors out again and to get going with the momentum that we've had in the first 2 years. I just can't see it do anything but just to move upwards and just be a fantastic year coming up.
This guy's on a bit of a deadline. He's only got maybe less than 2 weeks before this thing gets wet, but Tim's Hacket, the project manager for this big mess of a Comanche. She's beautiful, man. She's going to be a rocket. What's it like working on something of this scale?
It's challenging. It's really challenging. You know, everything's bigger and there's more laminate and everything. It's a real challenge to get everything done, and we've had a really tight build schedule, which has made it more of a challenge as well.
I think that the first question everyone really wants to know is this tight build schedule. Are things on time enough to get to make sure you're getting to Sydney in time for this big matchup?
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, the plan's to be in the water in a couple of weeks and go down to Rhode Island, fit the keel, do a short bit of tune-up sailing and stick it on a ship the end of October. Then we'll have the month leading up to the Hobart down there in Sydney.
Now this is obviously the state of the art in really monohull thinking right now, I guess. I mean, outside of the true foilers, the Poffy kind of things, nothing's faster with one hull than a super-maxi. But again, I mean, is this you've got any innovations in sail handling, anything else? Is this just basically a bigger version of what's worked before?
pretty much a bigger version of what's worked before. Again, with our short build schedule, which led to a shorter design time. So we've had to sort of stick with sort of known principles, and such a short lead up to the Hobart, we have to make that race. So we obviously need things to be pretty simple and know that they're going to work.
What's your initial sail wardrobe like when you sort of get this thing ready to go and set it all up?
Yeah, masthead, furling sails.
All furlers on the head sails?
Everything except the J1s are hanked on. The furling J2 and J3. A pretty small wardrobe really for a boat this size.
Well, you're busy making sails smaller most of the time rather than making them bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
And what about protection for the guys on deck? It's a big buzzword now that we see the new Volvo 65 and the new IMOCAs. They're all about protecting the sailors and keeping them healthy. This boat seems pretty open.
Yeah, well, we do. It's quite a deep cockpit, which does help for when we're in the configuration we are now, or otherwise we switch to the offshore Dodger for sort of forecast dependent racing. So it gives the helmsman in a forward steering position and a bulk of the crew added protection.
That might be a very big factor considering the speed. I mean, that we always saw on the speedboat, which is from a VPP point of view at least several percent slower. And I think in some conditions might be a lot slower. What about you? Are you going to sail on your creation, or are you going to be ready on the phone in case you have to come in with emergency bits and pieces?
Yeah, I'll worry about the shore stuff. I mean, sure, I'll go sailing, but my main plan is to stay with the boat shoreside and help with the logistics of getting the thing up and running smoothly.
So can you, it'll be public I'm sure before too long, but can you share the all-up weight that you've got forecast for this thing? I assume you're going to be pretty balls on, judging from the little strips of tape all over the boat that say what everything weighs down to a tenth of a kilogram.
We try to keep it going. Keep an accurate weight tally as we go. Sailing weight's around 36 tonnes. That's fully loaded up with sails and all the sailing kit and sailors,
so light
etc.
ship is 28 to 30 something on there.
Probably not quite that light, but it's getting down there.
And what about design cycles? We chatted for a second about. It seems like the really rich guys are starting to open their wallets again, and this one and the Rambler and certainly a couple other ones already popping up. And I don't think we're going to see the days of the speedboat where you build a record breaker and then nothing gets built for another 8 years. What do you think? What do you think is coming up the pike? Do you think this thing will be competitive for a while?
Yeah, I think I hope it's going to be competitive for a while. It should be, and if it's going to be a well campaign boat. So I think certainly as time goes by, it'll become hopefully a better performer than straight out of the box, which we have that short lead up time.
Hope so.
Yeah, we have that short lead up time, but hopefully things will improve over the next year or two.
The Mary Top 5 broke the transatlantic record in 2005. Mm-hmm. It's been almost 10 years,
yep.
and I think if this thing holds together, I don't see how it doesn't break it. What do you think? Why do you think that record's been so hard for anything but a super unconventional 140-foot schooner to break?
I mean, it's you need a big, powerful boat. You need the right weather conditions. Everything still needs to be perfect to do a transatlantic record. You may have a faster boat, but you still need the perfect weather. And someone having the funding and the dedication to campaign it, and hopefully this boat will be doing that, going for that record next year.
One of the reasons people think that it's been so hard is that the record's an unpowered record, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't have powered winches, and that's their solution was to use two sort of Alfa Romeo style rigs at the time, right? Yep. So that everything could be bought off the shelf and could be handled by a conventional crew of top pros, granted, but you don't have that solution. You've got a big monster of a rig, and you've got custom everything. Has materials and design come far enough yet where this boat can handle itself in the kind of conditions you need to go bust that record?
Yeah, so with the 12 men, 6 pedestal winch system, or the grinder pedestals, we had to. Nothing was on the shelf, so we had to go to a full custom gearboxes, drive shafts, and even altering some of the input side on the Hacket. So John Williams from Stone Phase has supplied us with all those custom gearboxes to handle the input torque.
It's a big job in itself, huh?
It's a huge job. It's a huge job.
It's pretty Gucci looking stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's like everything. You try to make it still look cool and lightweight, and yeah, part of it is making things look nice.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tim, you've done a hell of a job so far making it look nice. The workmanship's impeccable. I looked around a lot of these boats, and you guys have done a beautiful, beautiful thing. This is still my favorite part right here, the cruising option. But look, I wish you guys a trouble-free launch, and keep us posted, will you?
Yeah, come and see it when it's in the water.
You got it, mate. Thank you so much for the tour.
No worries.
Cheers.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris Ballois, French rider in kiteboarding. I'm in Luderitz to the chase for the record, Luderitz Peak Challenge. I just achieved a new world record sailor disobleed and 42,994 knots, and it's close 80 kilometers, and it's good.
Oui, c'est pour ça, c'est nickel. C'est génial, c'est super.